This is Italian peeled tomatoes. Now this is a giant can. You don't need to get a giant can. What you can do is get like 2 or 3 this size, depending on how many people you're gonna feed. I like to have leftover, so I might even add this to that. And this is how many? This is a 6-pound can of peeled tomatoes. Saute the garlic, but don't burn the garlic because then it gets bitter. So just as you're starting to smell the garlic, that means it's ready. When you start smelling the garlic cooking on the stove, that's when it's ready to add this sucker. See? I'm just starting to smell it. Ooh, can you see it?
Can you smell it?
Can you smell it? It's garlic. All right, back the hell away from me. Okay, now those are whole tomatoes. What you're gonna do is get a potato masher. Some people mash them with their hands before they put them in the pot. I'm lazy. I don't like doing that. So I like to take this and, okay, I'm gonna finish up this thing of basil because I think this might be enough. Let me see. Gonna get a close-up share of the ingredients, or what are you gonna freaking film my ass all day?
No, we're not making. That's for the rump roast video.
The rump roast video. Okay. There's, I don't know about. You know what? I'm putting the whole friggin' thing in. There was about up to here in basil in there.
Yeah, up to there.
I don't measure. I don't know how to tell people how many.
That's a real. I like that amount up to there.
Yeah, I'm out of my kosher salt. That's something I gotta pick up today, Frankie, okay?
What else we missing in that drawer?
No, just the kosher salt is all I need, the rock salt, because I'm all out. You know, so I'm just gonna use the regular salt. Yeah, put in a nice handful, not too much, but this is a lot of gravy, so. And pepper, fresh ground, so that's basil, salt, pepper. A lot of pepper, you know I love my pepper, baby. And so I like to add a little bit of crushed red pepper, just to give it a little bit of a kick. You don't want to put too much, because then you're making a Fra Diavolo sauce, and this is not a Fra Diavolo sauce. What else do I have in here I could throw in? How about a little bit of oregano? When I put a little bit of oregano, I'll just put
very little.
Very little.
I'm
not a big fan of the oregano, but I'll put in another little bit, because that's a lot of sauce. Eyeball it. I eyeball everything I put in my gravy. Everything, the basil, because I know more or less how it tastes. So when you make it and you make like a small can, because when you're not adding meat to this, it's called a marinara sauce, marinara sauce, okay? And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put like a couple of tablespoons of this and that, you know, salt to taste. And we're gonna start crushing the tomatoes with the ingredients in it. We're gonna get a close-up of this. Leonardo, that's what I'm gonna start calling you. Ah, that's beautiful. See the whole tomatoes, how they start crushing up? There's giant leaves of basil. You can use fresh basil only. I didn't grow the basil, and I don't like buying it fresh because I don't know why I don't like buying it. Why is it I don't? Oh, it goes bad quickly. It gets like limpy. You should make me a nice little pot of basil outside, honey.
I'll get right on it.
Don't like it pureed because I like the chunks of tomato in it when you eat it, you know?
So you've told us that.
Did I say that already? Thanks for reminding me. Okay. That is done.
You know what you need, right?
Now this is gonna
You need
cook
a little
for...
dish for this.
This is gonna cook for about an hour before you start adding your meat. Okay? So what you're gonna do in the meantime is you're gonna brown your meat, because you cannot put the meat in there hot. The meat has to be room temperature. Otherwise, what happens if you put hot meat into a hot sauce, the meat gets tough. So the meat has to be room temperature. You gotta brown the meat. There's 2 beef and 2 pork brajioles. Brajole is what, like a flank steak?
Right.
Yeah, it's a flank steak that they put cheese.
Like first they cut it thin.
Yeah,
then they pound it. Then you gotta pound your meat. Get it nice and flat. Then you season it.
Yeah, you put parsley.
Pepper, cheese.
Yeah. Some people even put a little slice of prosciutto in it,
Or
which I like.
salami in there. Yeah, I like
Salami?
that.
No, prosciutto is better. Not the salami. Blech. And then I got 3 hot and 3 sweet sausage. Now usually you have to understand, when we have more people, this gets like tripled.
And you never want to...
And you have to cook this on a high heat because what you're doing is you're searing the meat. Okay, so you're not cooking it all the way through. It will cook all the way through on the sauce.
That's a nice screensaver for a vegetarian. That's not all the meat because...
No, I still got the meatballs, but I don't fry my meatballs. I don't like my meatballs to have a crust on them. I'll explain that later though. Okay, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, see all that good stuff from the meat? You're gonna take a couple
Or you could deglaze it with the wine.
No, I'm gonna deglaze it with the sauce.
Okay.
Beautiful. Set off the heat on that. I need a plate. Okay, I'll get it in a minute.
Want this?
Yep. Then you take this. That's all the meat drippings that were in there when you seared up the meat. You take and you clean the pot with a little sauce, and then you put that right back in there, because that's my dear.
You want the glove?
Huh? No, I got the glove. Because that's the good stuff. This is the good stuff. And it goes right in there. I'm going to lower the flame on this. This is going to cook for about an hour. The meat's got to get room temperature. So in about an hour, we'll pop the meat back in. I'll make the meatballs, put them in, and it's going to cook for about 3 to 4 eggs. You take some breadcrumb, and you put a bunch of breadcrumb in there.
That's the chopped meat in there.
That's the chopped meat and chopped pork.
There's a mixture of chopped beef and chopped pork.
What did I just say?
You said chopped meat.
Chopped meat and chopped pork, chopped beef. Okay, I'm sorry. When I say meat, people understand it's...
Right, when you want meat, you know you're looking for beef.
You put in the egg, because this will bind the meatballs so that they don't fall apart. Okay? And then, not too many people do this, but I do, because I'm special. I'm different. I'm wunderbar. I'm wonderful. What the hell are you doing, Frankie?
I don't know.
Okay, you're going to add a little bit of milk to this. Not a lot, just a little bit of milk. It makes them nice and soft, the meatballs. And the breadcrumbs are seasoned. So I don't really add anything more to this, you know, because it's already got your parsley, your basil, everything's in here already. So I don't really add anything more to this, except I do this because I'm a pepper freak, like I tell you people. Okay, I'm going to mix this all up. Blend and blend and blend. Okay, it's been about an hour, so I'm going to start adding the meat, because the meat is room temperature. So we're going to start putting in the brajolles, and you just put them into the meat. Got a ton of meatballs to put in here too. Okay, and you see these drippings in here? That goes in too. Everything is flavor, baby. It's all about the flavor, right, Poppy? Most people fry the meatballs. Some people fry them before you put them in. I sometimes do. I sometimes fry them. It depends on what mood Frankie's in, if he wants them fried or not. I don't like them fried because they get like a crusty edge to them. The insides are soft, but I don't like that crusty feeling that the meatball will get on the outside. So I roll them up and drop them in raw. Now, you have to remember this sauce is going to cook for about 4 or 5 hours. So I guarantee you they will be cooked, you know? But I prefer them raw like this. So Pippi, if you're watching and if this upsets you, too freaking bad, okay? Don't whine until you taste my gravy, all right? Because you know how Pippi is. Got something to say about everything. I love the Pippi. Okay, about that size, about a golf ball. That's a golf ball, right?
Right.
There you go. And you do this entire thing of meat, and then you submerge them and let them cook. Right. The meatballs are all in there, as you can see. Now what you want to do is make sure that they're submerged. Try to stir it a little bit. Be gentle with them at first. But you're going to make sure that they're submerged. Never cover your gravy because it gets real watery. But you can do this. I do this. I put a little cover and then I leave it like halfway. This is the gravy all done. There's all the meat that was in that sauce. And there's a little bit of sauce on the side, some bread, and some, what kind of macaroni is that?
Penne.
Penne? Yeah, penne. Serve that with a little grated cheese, a little ricotta, and you're happy.
You don't want to overhandle your sausage.
God, are you gonna make stupid sausage jokes throughout this whole video? Huh?
No, that was it.